This is a strange episode for me because this is not just another upload. This is episode 20 of Create a Reality, but it is also something else. This video right here is my 100th talking head video on this YouTube channel. And honestly, that feels kind of unreal to say it out loud. Not because 100 videos suddenly make me some finished creator. Not because I have everything figured out now. Not because I'm sitting here with all the answers, but because I still remember what it feels like when recording one video felt like a whole event. When pressing record felt awkward, when I had to think about every sentence too much, when I was not fully sure if I was actually building something or just talking into a camera and hoping it would eventually make sense. And now, somehow, 100 talking head videos later, I can say this. The videos changed me before the channel fully changed. That is maybe the most honest thing I can say. Of course, I want the channel to grow. Of course, I want the videos to reach more people. And of course, I care about views, titles, thumbnails, retention, all of that analytic stuff right here. Yes, I'm not pretending I do not. But when I look back at these 100 videos on my YouTube channel over the last 10 months-ish, the biggest change is not only in the numbers, it is in me, in the way I think, in the way I speak, in the way I handle being seen, in the way I can sit down and turn something inside my head into something real. And this right here is part of the Create a Reality series because I think it fits perfectly into it. This series is all about what it actually feels like to build something on YouTube, not the polished version of it where every creator is confident, strategic, and somehow always knows what they are doing. The real one, the upload version. The version where you record a video, hate the first take, question your voice, check the numbers too early, overthink the title, and still come back to record the next one. And this episode feels like the right moment to talk about what 100 talking head videos actually taught me. Not as a flex, more like a checkpoint. A moment to look back and say, okay, something really happened here. And not only on the surface, but underneath it. Because in the beginning, I think a lot of us underestimate how much repetition matters. We want the right strategy, the right niche, the right format, the right setup, the right title formula. And yes, those things matter. But there's something that only happens through repetitions. You cannot think your way into being natural on camera. You cannot plan your way into having a voice. You cannot become comfortable being seen by waiting until it feels comfortable. At some point, you have to make the awkward video, then another one, and probably 10 or 100 more. And somewhere along the way, the awkwardness does not disappear completely, but it stops owning the whole room of you. That is one of the first things 100 videos taught me. The camera becomes less scary when it becomes normal. Not easy, normal. There's a difference. I still care. I still want the message to be good. I still notice when something feels off. But recording doesn't feel like this foreign thing anymore. It feels more like part of my life, like something I do. And that matters because a big part of becoming a creator is not suddenly feeling like a creator. It is doing the creative thing enough times until your identity slowly catches up. You know, at the beginning, calling yourself a creator can feel weird. You have a channel, but it still feels too early to say it with your chest, right? You upload videos, but part of you still thinks who am I to do this thing? You speak into a camera and feel hyper aware of your own face, your voice, your hands, your breathing, basically your entire existence. And honestly, that does not go away because someone tells you to be confident. It changes because you survive the repetition. You record enough times that your own voice stops shocking you. You upload enough times that pressing publish becomes less dramatic. And you show up enough times that your mind starts believing, okay, this is what we do right now. That is why I think most creators do not quit because they are bad. They quit because the progress is too slow, you know? They quit before the reps have time to change them. They quit while everything still feels unnatural. They quit while the channel is still quiet. They quit before they have enough evidence they can become better. And I understand why. Early YouTube can feel brutal in a very quiet way. You put effort into something and maybe almost nobody watches. You improve something and the numbers do not immediately care. You make a video that means something to you. And YouTube Studios basically looks at it like cool story. And if you're not careful, you start thinking nothing is happening. But something is happening. That is what I see more clearly after 100 videos here. Every video teaches you something, even if it does not perform good. Maybe it teaches you that your hook was too slow. Maybe it teaches you the title was not clear, or that you thought that you were trying too hard to sound polished. Maybe it teaches you that the topics feels right, but the structure needs more work, or it simply teaches you how to sit in front of the camera one more time without making it a whole identity crisis, you know? I think I'm rambling too much in this video, but that's okay. It's the 100th video. And that counts. Everything counts. It may not look impressive from the outside, but it is building the person behind the channel, the camera, the brand. And I think that is the part people miss when they look at YouTube from the outside. They see uploads, they see thumbnails, they see views, they see numbers, but they do not see the internal shift. They do not see the first time you record without feeling completely fake. They do not see the first time you watch yourself back and think, okay, this is not perfect, but I can work with this. They do not see the moments where you stop trying to be some imaginary creator and start sounding more like yourself. Those little moments are not public milestones, but they are real milestones. You know, for me, Riova has become more than just uploading video. It has become a place where I learn how to think out loud, a place where I turn vague feelings into language, a place where I practice being honest, not just with whoever watches, but with myself. And that is something I did not fully understand at the beginning. I thought I was building a YouTube channel, reaching out to people, helping people. And I am, yes. But the channel is also building me. Every script forces me to clarify something. Every recording forces me to meet myself. And every upload asks me to let go of control a little bit and let the video exist in the world. That part is still strange even after 100 videos. Publishing is still a little vulnerable. Maybe less than before, but still. Because once the video is out, you do not fully control it anymore. People can watch or not watch, click or not click, stay or leave, understand or misunderstand. And that is part of the deal. Being a creator means you take something private, a thought, an idea, a feeling, a message, and you make it public enough that it can be ignored, judged, appreciated, or maybe actually help someone. And that requires a different kind of courage than people think. And maybe that is one of the biggest lessons right here. Creating is not just a skill, it is an emotional tolerance. Can you tolerate being seen while you are still becoming? Can you tolerate low views without letting them destroy your relationship with the work? Can you tolerate awkward early versions of yourself without running back to being invisible? Can you tolerate the fact that some videos will not land and still make the next one? That is the real training right here. Not just editing, not just the thumbnails you create, not just scripting, the emotional part. This is why the Creator Reality playlist here exists. If you have followed the first arc, you know we have talked about consistency, making YouTube easier to start, batching videos without becoming a content machine, or recording when you don't feel like it, when you don't feel motivated, or not letting views control your mood, uploading when nobody watches and not feeling like a creator yet. All of those topics are connected in some kind of way. They are not random creator tips. They are piece of a same early creator experience. The part where you are not fully established yet, but you are also not just streaming anymore. You're inside the process, and the process is changing you. And now, at 100 talking head videos, I think I understand something better. You do not become a creator by waiting until you feel like one. You become a creator by creating while you still feel unsure, by publishing while the channel is still small, by improving while the feedback is still uneven, by coming back after quiet videos, and by letting repetition turn the identity into something real. That is the shift right here. Not one dramatic moment, not one viral upload, not one perfect video, just enough honest repetitions that your mind slowly stops treating this like a phase and starts treating it like a part of who you are. That does not mean you should keep going blindly. I do not believe in just repeating the same thing forever and calling it persistence. If something does not work, learn from it. If a title is weak, improve it. If the intro is slow, tighten it. If the video does not hold attention, study why. If the message feels generic, make it more personal. Keeping going does not mean ignoring reality. It means staying in the process long enough to let reality teach you. That is the difference. Blind repetition keeps you stuck, but honest repetition makes you better. And honestly, that is what I want to carry into the next 100 videos I'm planning to record on my channel. Not perfection, not pressure, more honesty, more clarity, more realness, more willingness to make the videos feel like they actually come from a human who is in the process, not some polished character pretending to have everything figured out already. Because the more videos I make, the more I realize that people do not only need perfect information. You can Google everything, you can ask your AI, they can tell you everything, right? People really need someone who can put language to what they are feeling. Someone who can say, yeah, this part is awkward, this part is slow, this part feels weird, but keep going anyway. So if you are watching this and you are at video 1, video 5, video 10, or maybe you have not even started yet, I want you to understand this. The early videos are not there to prove your entire future. They are to build the person who can have a future as creator. That is a very different standard. Do not ask every video to make you famous. Ask it to teach you something. Ask it to make you clearer. Ask it to make you more comfortable speaking. Ask it to help you understand your own voice. And ask it to make the next one slightly better. Because most creators do not lose by being bad. They lose by disappearing before the process had time to make them good. They leave before the reps starts compounding. They quit while it still feels awkward. And I think that's such a sad part. But I get it. I get it. Your face is hard. But if you can stay through it, not perfectly, not blindly, but honestly, you give yourself a real chance. You give your voice time to form. You give your ideas time to sharpen. You give your identity time to catch up. So this 100th talking head video feels like a reminder for me too. A reminder that the work is working, even when it does not always look dramatic. A reminder that the channel is not only built in the big moments, but in the repeated ones. A reminder that every recording leaves something behind. A little more clarity, a little more courage, a little more comfort with being seen, and maybe that is enough reason to keep going. And there is one thing I want to say to you at the end of it. If you are trying to become a creator, keep making the reps. Not because every video will be great, not because every upload will prove something, not because the path will suddenly become clean and easy, but because the creator is built through the act of creating. One video at a time, one awkward rap at a time, one return at a time, and maybe one day you look back and realize that while you were trying to build the channel was quietly building you.